Hello there, we are I the Mountain, and we're at the beautiful Town Brewery in Whitby, and we are chatting with Beers with Bands.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Why don't you introduce yourself, tell us your role in the band, and what you're drinking today.
My name is Matt Rappold, and I play drums and percussion, and I sing, and I'm drinking the delicious Spirit Chaser Session IPA.
My name is also Matt, and I sing and play guitar, and I'm drinking Faith Restored IPA.
My name's Allison, and I play keyboard and sing harmonies, and I'm drinking the Levon Saison.
Nice, and I'm enjoying the Four Corners APA. So you guys obviously spend a lot of time in the van, traveling to gigs. Some of you guys live very far away from each other. What do you do to keep busy? Like, what is the essentials you need to pack on your road trip?
For me, it would be my CD collection. So I am still very much stuck in the CD era. So in my car right now, we have about 30 CDs, mostly Canadian bands. We bring those everywhere. It also doesn't help that my aux cord is broken. So it's also more of necessity than anything else, but I do love it.
So also in the actual van, the aux cord is broken, but also the tape deck is broken. So I'm terrible with not bringing anything, and I just get super fidgety and just like kind of start annoying people frequently.
Nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, a pillow. I sleep in cars so easily. 15-minute drive, I'm asleep. So, and I can't read in the car or even use my phone too much. I get really car sick. So, yeah, just a lot
It's
of
just best
snoozing.
to sleep it off until you get there.
Thank
That's
God.
Right? All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about first. Do you guys remember the first beer or alcoholic beverage you ever had?
Mine, I think, was Sleeman Honey Brown, which I stole out of my dad's cooler at one of his parties that he had. Either a Honey Brown or a Corona. I'm hoping it was the Corona, actually.
Yeah, honestly, the Corona would be all right. Mine was Blue XL, which was like 7% or something, and it tasted like rust. It was unfortunate.
I remember drinking a can of Budweiser, and I had to have a sip and then have a sip of Coca-Cola because I hated the flavor so much, but my friend insisted that it was time I start liking beer. So, yeah, not a great experience.
Can I say what my first
Tasty.
good beer was?
Okay.
My first like real craft beer, good beer, was actually Bo's Lug Tread when it first came out, and it came in one of those like pottery. It was like a pottery jug for like $7. It was like 750 milliliters for like in this beautiful pottery jug, and I still have the jug actually.
Wow.
It's displayed in my home.
Oh, that's good.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Bo's Brewery.
Way to go, Bose. What about first concert? Do you remember your first concert?
Oh man, yes I do. It was a 15-hour metal fest called Sounds of the Underground, which featured Gwar, Amon Amarth, a Viking death metal band, Job for a Cowboy, Shadows Fall, Chimera.
I remember this well.
It was a long time. We weren't expecting it. My dad actually drove us there, and so he got a ticket because it was I was like 14 years old, and he got a ticket to the show. He was going to bring us in, and then he was going to go out and go to Tim Hortons or hang around Toronto, and they actually wouldn't let him leave. There was like a no, like going out and then coming back in policy. So he actually just hung out in the 15-hour death metal show in like the little smokers area and just like chatted with the various people who were there.
Way to go, Dad.
He's a good father.
Mine was the Unholy Trinity tour, which took place on 666, and it was Slayer, Lamb of God, Children of Bodom, with the addition of Mastodon, and that was my first concert in grade 8.
And why are we not playing metal right now?
It's terrifying. Yeah, it clearly needs to happen.
I had a slightly different experience. I saw Great Big Sea about 5 times with my family growing up. Good times. First concert I think I bought tickets for myself was probably the Jonas Brothers. And it was a great time. I mean, I'm going back in November to see them 10 years later with the same group of friends. So it's a
that's
good
fun.
concert.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you listening to a lot of right now? Who other acts are on your radar? If you pulled out your phone, or what are you listening to a lot of?
Right now, I always listen to a lot of Joshua Hislop, who is an amazing singer-songwriter out of Vancouver, British Columbia. And he actually came to our house a couple months ago and played a house concert, and it was amazing. So I always have him on my radar and in the CD player. Also, I personally listen to a lot of post-rock. So Northern Chorus is a band from Hamilton, Ontario. Sadly, no longer in existence, but I still have the CDs, so they're always on there. And I Like Trains, a band out of England, also post-rock. A lot of post-rock for me.
I am always hitting up that John K. Samson, Weaker Thens. But honestly, lately it's been interesting. I've been just listening to like singles and kind of new releases. I'm on the hunt for something new these days. It's that Spotify life that's got a hold on me.
Yep.
Yeah, but always some John K. Samson. Kind of exploring some things.
Recently, I knew they existed, but I started actually listening to Fortunate Ones. They're a duo from out east, and I have just been playing their albums like on repeat lately. I can't believe that I haven't listened to them before because they're like my style of music. I love like the harmonies and just like their instrumentation is so good. So that's been on repeat a lot lately. Also, Ingrid Michaelson is like probably my top artist that I listen to. She just released a really cool album that was inspired by Stranger Things, the Netflix show. So it's like really like 80s style, but like just such good songs. So those have probably been the two things that have been mostly in rotation.
Very
Yeah.
cool. And what about drinking? What are you drinking a lot of? And it doesn't have to be alcohol. Like, are you a coffee fan, a kombucha? Is there a cocktail that's your go-to cocktail? What are you drinking a lot of?
Beer.
I go.
Too,
Always beer
too much beer for me, but
And for
yeah,
me,
beer.
it's I always go through probably about a case of club soda every 2 days. So I have honestly probably between 7 and 10
It's
club
a dirty,
sodas a
dirty
day.
habit you got going on there.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an addiction, but you know what? It's water, so it's totally fine. I'm addicted to being hydrated, which is fine.
And CO2, because you like carbonation.
I've been on a bit of a kombucha kick lately, honestly. We tried making it last year with like mixed success, and it kind of ended poorly. Like it kind of got a little too strong. It was a little too funky, but lately some of the breweries we've been going to have had it on tap. So some of the shows we've played, I just drink kombucha. It's like so refreshing. I love it. And there's actually a store in Waterloo where we live that has it on tap. You can just like bring your own bottle. It's like a packaging free store.
Yep.
Called Zero Waste Bulk. And so, yeah, just like bring a little jar and fill it up, and so good. So good.
And get those Beyond Meat sausages.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So you guys have brewed a beer before. I've actually had it. It's very good at Consada City. But if you each individually got to brew your own beer, add a secret ingredient, and name it after one of your songs,
Oh my god.
what are you brewing? So
I call
type
not
of
taking
beer.
First question on this one.
First beer, secret ingredient, song.
Hold on.
I think. Well, we used to brew beer, and it went terribly. It was terrible until we did the Sawdust City collaboration, which obviously worked out well because they're amazing brewers. But I think maybe I would base a beer around the song Winter Blues and have just like a dirty stout, maybe some whiskey barrel aged action going on. That's like not my palate at all. I'd never drink that, but like I would brew that and call it Winter Blues, I think.
Nice. That's pretty good. I might do. I mean, it would be totally undrinkable, but if we're gonna go for like the band theme, I might do a beer named after Land, our first ever single. And in that music video, we all had to eat some dirt. So I,
True.
might put some dirt in there and see how that tastes. Maybe like a lambic, a sour lambic with dirt.
A Landic.
There you go.
Oh, that's actually
I don't know. I'm thinking, so we have a song that we've been performing a lot. It's not released yet, called Little Wild. And I feel like I would go for like some like hibiscus flowers. I like fruity beers.
Yep.
So like hibiscus flowers, berries, foraged berries from the forest. I don't know.
Nice.
And make a Little Wild brew. I don't know, like a Saison or something. Yeah.
Very cool.
I
And where
drink
can
that.
everyone find you on your socials so they can keep up with new releases, shows, all that stuff?
all of our social media is just /ithemountain. So facebook.com/ithemountain, instagram.com/ithemountain, twitter.com/ithemountain. So everything just /ithemountain.
Yeah.
And what's coming up for the rest of you guys for 2019?
We've got a tour coming up. We're heading out east, beautiful East Coast. And then heading back, we've got some shows with a wonderful Montreal band called Red Fox. We're doing kind of a little run of shows with them in October. And we've got our album recorded. It is currently being mixed and mastered. And then we're going to take the world by storm.
Excellent. Excellent. And we are Beer X. You can find us on YouTube, Beers with Bands. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single video. As well, check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Beers Bands. And cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks so
Thanks
much.
so much.